And we now go... Okay, so what do we do with this? Because this is... Oh, this is a boss fight! I think. I guess we'll just make this a separate video from the rest. I do not know. This is a boss fight. Yeah, so definitely we just make this a separate video, right? I don't like the ones where you... Oh no, hold on. I don't like the ones where you have to use the sticks on both analog sticks, because I tend to fuck those up. Then again, I'm actually doing rather well so far. I missed one. Okay, never mind. I actually do like those. Those are very satisfying to pull off when you don't fuck them up. So, wait a second. Why is Maleficent a boss fight? Doesn't make a lot of sense why Maleficent would be a boss fight and a lot of other things wouldn't be. I would have liked a Cerberus boss fight. I don't know what they want me to do there. Do they want me to press a button and then release the other button? I think they did. It's actually a pretty long boss fight as well. Okay, so I just literally now noticed that boss fights work in phases. You do this to determine how much damage you're gonna, or how many of the attacks you're going to be able to dodge. And then Maleficent gets a phase where she actually does the attacks, and then you do this again until the end of the song. Which, again, very long song. Do not mind. I already figured out, by the way, by accident, spoilers, I guess, that One-Winged Angel is a optional boss. Which, oh no, it actually does instantly damage you. So it does both? Maybe? I don't know. We've won, and that's what matters. And we got like 3/4 of the way to the maximum score, which is probably a good thing. We only missed 3 of them. And we still almost died. How do we manage that? So, let me get this straight. Even if you get it good, you still get hit. Is that how that works? That doesn't seem like that should work that way. Though I guess I only missed 3, which means that the bosses generally are fairly easy to do. Wait, this is the end of Birth by Sleep already? The entirety of Birth by Sleep is going to be under an hour long. Because we have the Keyblade Graveyard now. Which presumably these are just 3 songs and then this is a boss fight, right? Wait. There's a purple cloud around this and there's not a purple cloud around anything else. Is there not a boss fight? There isn't a boss fight at the end of Birth by Sleep. That is not okay. Very not okay. I guess we got Maleficent though, which is the next best thing. That was a bit of a fuck up for my tongue, wanting to be stuck between my teeth for some reason. Okay, so is this song gonna be as difficult as the Vanitas battle? You might be wondering which Vanitas battle. I say all of them. Vanitas has the most difficult boss fights. Okay, maybe Data Vanitas in 3 wasn't necessarily the most difficult out of all the Data fights. But that's just because both Xion and especially Master Xehanort are real bitches. But like main story fights, Vanitas are some of the most difficult, mostly most annoying ones, but most difficult fights in the game. In the games, I should say, actually. there's almost no fights that are... Just hearing this music kind of makes me anxious, honestly. Just due to the fact that I relate it to the fights which always cause me pain and suffering. As Vanitas will always be very happy to tell you, you do need to suffer, and Vanitas makes sure you do in fact suffer. I'll give him credit. His battle quotes actually line up with the way he makes me feel. It's also a pretty good song. Like, it's not spectacular by any means. It's not one of my favorites, but it's a good song. I won't deny that. It's also apparently a relatively lengthy song, because I feel like this should be over by now. Maybe I'm just misjudging the length of these songs. Maybe they are actually getting longer. That would make sense. We're actually moving towards something that resembles Endgame. So I'm still waiting for Thanos. I say, as the scenery turns purple. I did not plan that, but it works out fairly well for me, doesn't it? So that was the Vanitas battle. Are we going to get Rage Awakened? Oh, we're probably going to get Rage Awakened now. Like, in one of these, at least. I'm assuming, because there's 3, we got the final boss music for Terra, for Ventus, and for Aqua. But Ventus and Aqua have the same final boss music. Hold on, they're both Vanitas. So then one of them just has to be the Keyblade Graveyard music. No, because that would have been this one. Yeah, so this definitely is Rage Awakened. Right? Rage Awakened the Origin and Black Powder. Rage Awakened it is. Again, one of my favorite songs in the series. Full stop. I love this song. I don't know how I'm going to love it after this. I knew it wasn't going to be a thing, but I was half expecting every enemy here to beat Lingering Wheel. I knew it wasn't going to happen, but if it had happened, it wouldn't have fully surprised me. Because this is another one of those songs, and this song is actually very interesting, because I mostly heard this song during my fight against the Lingering Wheel, not as the Lingering Wheel. I've also heard this song a lot during my fight against Terra Xehanort with the Lingering Wheel, because that also, very difficult fight, used to have a lot of trouble with that. Even in my Let's Play, I had a bit of trouble with that, even though I was grossly overleveled and had a really, really good deck. Not anywhere near as bad as the Lingering Wheel fight, obviously, because there was a optional super boss. So I've mostly heard this song in that rendition. It's a slightly different version of the song. And I don't think the Kingdom Hearts 2 version of the song is going to be in this game. But they're close enough to the point where I probably couldn't tell anyway. I think the main difference, honestly, is just like 1 or 2 instruments that have been added and or removed. And with an orchestra this big, obviously the original song wasn't actually orchestrated, it was all digital. The version you're listening to right now, though, that is the orchestrated version, because ever since they started doing the edgy remakes, everything has been orchestrated, and I fucking love it, because it actually sounds like music now. Especially the violins. MIDI violins just sound so off. Whereas actual violins... I told you I love this song, I got all 3 stars first time. It's not maybe that I love this song, it is also that I love this song. But it's mostly probably that I've heard this song so many damn times that the actual rhythm game elements of it comes into a play, where I more or less know what's going to happen. I also just realized that I said I was going to use Terra Ventus Aqua for this portion of the game, for the Bird by Sleep portion, and I did not. I guess we'll be using that trio for Dream Drop, just because of me using Riku for this one, which doesn't make any sense, so Might as well just keep making no sense. Frankly, I like Riku. Can you blame me? So does Sora. We've been over this. Sora and Kairi doesn't make any sense. Sora and Riku, that's endgame. I will not give up on that. I refuse to give up on that. Only if and when they announce we're going to stop making Kingdom Hearts games and it hasn't happened yet, is when I might give up on it. Anytime before then, I shall not be giving up on Sora and Riku. Of course, since the writing of Kingdom Hearts is always all over the fucking place, I don't expect him to make the narratively sensical decision there and go for Sora and Riku. Though I feel like that one is also partly due to corporate issues, with them not wanting to have like gay main characters, which is very upsetting. Isn't this also the song you have played during the fight against Ericus? I do think it is. Yeah, it is. It's that specific part which triggered it for me. Just because I think it also plays during the cutscene, and that is where he says, "Has the darkness taken you, Terra?" I am like 92% confident that's actually the case, and if that's actually the case, that is really sad that I remember that so specifically. But also kind of impressive. It doesn't play during the cutscene, actually. I don't think so. It might play during the cutscene just before the fight starts. Like when Terra gets ready to fight, but that is when the darkness starts to shroud around him. And that is also when Erica says, "Has the darkness taken you, Terra?" So if it plays during the cutscene, it would play, but not that part. I don't know, let's watch the cutscene.
Master Xehanort's plan was revealed at last. Terra, Aqua, and Ventus entered into a grueling final battle.
Technically it's a Keyblade War, by the way.
As they fought, Xehanort summoned Kingdom Hearts.
Which apparently he can do.
Terra's body became a vessel for Xehanort, but his lingering will and devotion to Aqua and Ventus remained attached to his armor. Even knowing that his own heart would be destroyed in the process, Ventus fought to stop the Keyblade from forming. As Ventus struggled, Aqua confronted Vanitas, who had taken control of Ventus's body. Drawing strength from her friends, she destroyed the Keyblade.
It wasn't really the Keyblade. We've been over this. Then again, this game does seem to provide the true-to-life Kingdom Hearts experience, retcons and all. The question is, can we just move on to Kingdom Hearts 3 after... We're damn close to being able to, honestly. We are damn close to being able to. Wow. And this is the final... am I going to include this with the Keyblade Graveyard for YouTube? I probably will. Probably will. Because I can't do this on its own, right? Well, I can, probably. But what would I even call this? I'm just going to include this in the Keyblade Graveyard episode. Fuck it. Then the Keyblade Graveyard episode will be a fairly lengthy one as a result, because it'll have 4 songs and like 2 cutscenes. 3 cutscenes? 2 cutscenes? I don't know. I do like how sometimes you get to see... and things are going off on my phone. I do like how you get to see things stitched together without loading screens sometimes. And then sometimes you don't get to see that. And that is really annoying. So, why? But it really gives you a skill as to like how these worlds are actually connected, because they're not loading screens every 3 seconds, especially in Birth by Sleep where the maps are not gigantic necessarily speaking. It's really nice to see how things are stitched together. I do appreciate that. I complained about that a little bit in the last stream, but I do think that is actually fairly well done for the most part. Not all the way, but for the most part. That seems to be fairly well done. Also a good song. It has vocals, which honestly, like having a choir, that's two things I really enjoy in soundtracks, especially if they have to be epic. You can't do this for every song, I understand, but having violins and choirs, my two favorite things, probably, in music. Generally speaking. In classical music, anyway. Oh god, people are messaging me on Facebook, which is probably not a good thing. Is it? I'm very, very curious to see. Huh. It doesn't show the post anymore, so what I think happened is that somebody posted something stupid, I responded to it, and I got a like on it, but before I could check the like, the person who posted the post initially removed the post, which makes me feel really good about myself, not gonna lie.
Ventus's heart fell into a deep sleep. Aqua faced off against Terra, whose body was controlled by Master Xehanort. To restore his heart to him, Aqua fought with all she had. Xehanort drove Terra's heart out of his body. Terra fell to darkness. Refusing to lose her friend, Aqua sent him back to the realm of light, but he awoke with no memories and called himself Xehanort. Trapped in the realm of darkness and all alone, Aqua was about to give up the endless battle with darkness when her connections to her friends appeared in the form of a brilliant light and saved her.
Even though there are songs specifically to the realm of darkness, we talked about this in the Birth by Sleep Let's Play.
Still just a child, had previously joined his heart with Ventus's. The connection they shared brought Ventus's wounded heart back to him.
Something, Ventus asleep, something, Terra is possessed.